When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier. For 60 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Greg Hansen. Greg, baseball playoffs. They sneak up on me every year because I kind of stopped paying attention to baseball.
The season goes so fast.
It sneaks up on you. Simple question. Who are you rooting for?
Oh, Cubs. Are you kidding? I want to be alive when they win a World Series.
Why do you want to be alive when they win a World Series? The best thing the Cubs have going for them is that they never win a thing.
That's another way of putting it, isn't it? Well, I never got excited when the Red Sox finally won.
No. And now the Red Sox have become, I'm sorry, Boston viewers.
They're like Oregon Ducks.
Boring and annoying, yes. But, okay, Chicago Cubs, why? Is it just the history? Is it the manager?
In 1984, if you were alive, when the Chicago Cubs had that great season and then couldn't pull it off?
Because of a certain number 6, Mr. Steve Garvey, plants a home run over the right center field wall. 3-year-old Ryan Finley watching at a wedding reception in the kitchen.
No way, you weren't watching.
It's my earliest sports memories, the Steve Garvey home run. We had tickets to that game and couldn't go because my aunt was getting married.
I had been an overbearing Yankee fan my whole life, insufferable.
Right.
But in 1984, the Cubs caught me.
Yeah?
And I jumped on, and I couldn't wait to see them win because the Yankees were no good then.
Right.
And then they just tugged your heart out.
They get up 2-0, go to San Diego. All you got to do, just
and they
just
had
win one.
such a better team.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, keep in mind the Padres team that won the '84 National League pennant then promptly got swept by I believe it was swept by the Tigers, who had won 8,000 games that year.
Yeah.
But you're right, that Cubs team. I mean, Rick Sutcliffe, very good. Leon Durham makes a key error in that game.
Key error. That's an error bigger than Bill Buckner.
Yeah, it was. And then Lee Smith. Fastball leaks out over the plate. Steve Garvey crushes it. Greatest moment in, sadly, San Diego Padres baseball history.
I was talking to my son the other day, who must have been about 7 then. He remembered every name of every Cubs starter from 1984.
Wow.
Even Bob Dernier, the center fielder.
Wow.
Got them all.
Wow, that's crazy.
And he was never a Cubs fan.
Right. They were good. Okay. So does history owe the Chicago Cubs one?
You know, until you said that the bad history is what they have going for them, I hadn't thought of it that way. But, as soon as they win, I won't like them anymore.
Right, exactly. They will become the evil empire, like the Red Sox have become.
Who has a story like Bartman?
Nobody.
Or the Billy Goat?
Right. It's funny, and we think of them as sort of not, Chicago being far, far away, but this streak is so long. I was figuring this out the other day. My great-grandfather, diehard Cubs fan, lived in Indiana, big Cubs fan. He's been dead 35 years.
Yeah.
He started becoming a fan the year he was born in 1900. I mean, to think of generations and think of if his son and his son and his son and his son were all diehard Cubs fans. I mean, that's a lot of history and a huge story if they were to win it all.
Do you know anyone over the age of 30 who's a sports fan who you associate with who hasn't been to Wrigley Field?
No, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to shoot. I was there in May.
Yeah.
It was fun. I don't know. I will argue with you, and I'll keep this part short. I think it's the Texas Rangers to lose. The Texas Rangers have sneakily been the best team in baseball for the last 2 months. You look, they've made all the right moves, all the right decisions. They've not been stressed leading up to the playoffs. There's none of this one-game playoff garbage where you got to, waste your best pitcher. They are laying in the weeds, waiting for the Chicago Cubs. I think it is a Rangers-Cubs World Series. And the Rangers, again, who have never won anything either, I think the Rangers beat the Cubs, win the whole thing.
The Rangers win the World Series, I'm going to go to a quilting bee. That'll be more fun.
Mike Napoli, Carlos Beltran, Ian Desmond, the offseason acquisition of the year, playing in different positions, center field, killing
that's
it.
True.
Rugned Odor.
Well, if they activate Nolan Ryan, I'll be a Rangers fan.
You know what? The one fact I know about the Texas Rangers, which is my favorite fact in the world, Rugned Odor. Remember him from Bautista? Has a younger brother, plays in the Rangers organization. His name? Also Rugned Odor.
Only you would know
It's
that.
the greatest fact ever. That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook. Maybe next time we'll talk about the Arizona Wildcats, but I like yelling at him about baseball. It's fun. For Greg Hansen, how are the Yankees going to be next year?
Hey, in 2027, Yankees will be good.
Where will Robert Refsnyder play next year?
I think Scranton Wilkes-Barre.
His star has fallen a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.